What's up, internet? My name is Matt Gisantana, and for the last 2 weeks I've been using this Samsung Galaxy Note 9 as both my primary and secondary device. I'm ready to share my first impressions of it, and coming from an iPhone user, I'm pretty impressed. Now, before we begin, full disclaimer, Verizon sent this out as a review unit for me to test out and share my thoughts with you on this channel. By the time you're seeing this, the new iPhones have probably been announced. So thumbs up if you would like to see an iPhone XS Max versus a Note 9 review. By the way, Tim Cook, if you're watching this, make the iPhone XS Max Apple Pencil compatible. Then you have something that can compete. Specs are just specs these days, but for those of you that are interested in what's actually inside the Note 9, here they are. Inside the box, you'll get a pair of AKG tuned headphones, a USB to USB-C cable, a fast charger, a SIM ejection tool, and a USB-C adapter. Now that we've got this out of the way, I want to start off my impressions with what I don't like about this phone. First up, Bixby. Samsung is not giving up on Bixby. It is on everything that they have. From their smart home appliances to their smartphones to their smartwatches. Bixby's bad for one main reason. It doesn't do that well with voice recognition, and also it seems to be using a search engine that Alexa, Google Assistant, and Siri just do not have access to. Some of the questions that I ask it is coming back with incorrect information, and it's just overall not a fun experience. The good news is that you can download apps from the Google Play Store that will allow you to use Google Assistant with the Bixby button. I wish Samsung will allow you to customize this button for any other purpose. That would be a very nice feature for these phones. Next up, the fingerprint reader. This phone is exceptionally long, and the average person's finger is going to rest somewhere around the Samsung logo. If they would have put the fingerprint reader right there and maybe move the Samsung logo above it, I think that would have been the perfect placement. Now let's talk about what I really love about this phone. And there is a lot. I cannot mention it all, but I'm going to focus on the most important things that I really like about this phone. First up, the screen. This screen is easily the best screen of any phone that I've ever used. It is phenomenal. I really enjoy watching media on it. Colors pop. The curved screen just pulls you in. And I mean, Samsung really knows how to make a screen. This is an OLED panel, so you're getting really deep blacks, really rich colors. And every year it gets better and better. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know if it's calibration or what, but these panels just seem to get better and better and better. Next up, the S Pen. Now, since the Note line came out, the S Pen has been the differentiating factor between the S line and the Note line of Samsung smartphones. Now, the S Pen is just handy. And for the price of $999 for the 128GB model on various carriers, having a built-in stylus makes this device worth its weight, in my opinion. Samsung has also added some features to the S Pen. For instance, you can now use the S Pen to trigger certain events on your phone, so you can use it to be a remote shutter. You can use it to pause or play music. There are also some customization options built into the phone that allow you to do some other things, launch certain applications. Overall, the S Pen is becoming more useful, and that's always a good thing. Speaking of using the S Pen as a remote shutter, the next favorite feature of this phone that I really love is the camera. The camera on the Galaxy Note 9 is outstanding. I've been extremely impressed. While I don't think it's necessarily better or sharper than the Pixel, last generation's Pixel, I'm really interested to see how it stacks up with the forthcoming Pixel 3 and the Pixel XL 3. That'll be a nice comparison video. If you guys are interested, please hit the thumbs up on that one. Photos and videos look amazing. They're very vibrant. The 4K video is very fluid, looks great. I did notice a little bit of a parallax effect on some of the videos, and I think it has something to do with the optical image stabilization. It could be user error, but who knows. Low light performance is actually really good. I don't have any sample shots, but I will say that I think that Samsung has done a really good job with the phone to produce a low light performance. Next up, battery life. When Samsung announced the Galaxy Note 9, they advertised it of having all-day battery life. And as usual, I was very skeptical. I really don't think that something you can really tell a user that they can get all-day battery life, because it's very dependent on how they use the phone. And however, the Galaxy Note 9 has a 4,000 milliamp battery. With everything that it has packed in, it actually does achieve an all-day battery life. I could probably go maybe a day and a half, 2 days on this same battery charge. Now, if you really wanted to take advantage of this battery, you can go in the settings and change the performance options to sip the battery periodically throughout the day by disabling certain things like push notifications and brightness on the screen and some of the processing power and things like that. My next favorite feature is storage. The model that I have here is 128 gig, but you can expand that to an additional 512 gigabytes using a micro SD card. And you can also take a lot of 4K video and high resolution photos with this phone, and that will fill your phone up pretty quick. The fact that you can go up to a 512 gigabyte SD card on this phone, I think that is a crazy option of expandability, and you should be able to get many years of use out of this. So my final thoughts. I think this phone is the best Android phone that you can buy right now. Now, that doesn't mean that it's for everyone. As far as the best Android phone for you, this may not be for everybody because of the price. So, for 128 gigabyte, you can get this for $999. If you want to get the 512 gigabyte with the 8 gigabytes of RAM, you're going to have to pay $1,249. That is a lot of money. In comparison to other options out there on the Android side, you have the OnePlus 6, you have the OnePlus 6T, you have some Oppo phones, you have some Motorola phones, you have the Galaxy S9. In comparison to the Galaxy S9 and the Note 9 is really a bigger screen and it has a stylus. So if you're out there looking for a new phone and you want the best and the latest and greatest, don't be scared of looking at other options as far as the S9. I think that is a better option for those who don't want to pay the high sticker price of the Note 9. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions. I appreciate your time. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.